Boom shakalaka, what is going on, everybody? Randall here from Crypto Love. Welcome back. Today is Thursday, and today's episode, what we are going to do is take a look at the top 10 cryptocurrencies and do technical analysis on them. Do some TA, because I love tits and ass, and that's also TA. But also, just to show you, you don't need to be an expert to do technical analysis. So we're going to do technical analysis for beginners on the top 10 cryptocurrencies, taking a look at all of them. Now, before we get into things, guys, thank you so much for subscribing. We've got a ton of new subscribers. It's so awesome. Also, thank you for liking the videos. Thank you for watching the videos. And also, thanks for your comments. Except you guys who write nasty comments, you can go fuck off. But as for the rest of you, the sponsor of this channel is Monarch. You can hold over 1,900 cryptocurrencies in there and earn interest. And it's super safe. Actually, safer than cold storage. As safe as cold storage. Whatever. If you don't believe me, you can check out the video I made about it, okay? So, it need be said, because somebody's obviously going to post in the comments, "You're not an expert. You didn't go to school for technical analysis." Well, this is for you. Yes, I'm not an expert. Duh. But I like to read. I like to educate myself. I like to learn. I never let schooling get in the way of my education or something like that. But a few very good books that I've read on trading and technical analysis. One is Technical Analysis for Dummies, because I'm a dummy. Okay. 2, an Altcoin Trader's Handbook, which is about trading but also altcoins. Very good book. And the third one, The Way of the Turtle, where they took a bunch of ordinary people like me and they turned them into really good traders. I've read all those books. There's a saying that if you read 3 books on a subject, you know more than like 95, 99% of the people in the world on that subject. So, I mean, so I do. Anyways, of those 3 books, I would say the best one would be this one, Altcoin Trader's Handbook, just because it's particularly for cryptocurrency. There's some very helpful stuff. And one of the things that he talks about in there is, for most technical analysis you need to do, you really can keep it very simple, like using lines of support and resistance, using Fibonacci retracements, and that's basically it, and maybe some trend lines. You know, so that's what we're going to be doing today, taking a look at. Also, with trading, guys, obviously, don't be an emotional trader. Don't like, I gotta buy when it's at all-time highs, and gotta sell when it's at all-time lows. Don't do that shit. Use something like 3 commas, where basically you can set it and forget it, like Ron Popeil's Showtime rotisserie oven that I mention on every single episode nowadays. But basically, once you figure out what you want to buy, you set your buy order, you set your stop loss, and then you set your sell orders. You see, a stop loss prevents you from losing a lot of money, which a lot of people did when they bought at all-time highs of $20,000. They had no stop loss, and then they just rode it all the way down. They're still holding their altcoin bags. Well, whatever. But you see, you buy it, and then you set a stop loss a little bit low, so if the price goes down, don't have to worry about it. But if the price goes up, you also set sell orders so you can buy as the price goes up. Now, I used to look at CoinMarketCap to do a lot of my research, but the stuff with the fake volume, that really pissed me off, especially how it took them like months and months and months to figure that out. So, more recently, I've been using On-Chain FX because of all the ridiculous amounts of information that you can get on here. If you look in this right-hand column, you can get all types of stuff, like the age of cryptocurrencies. You can get the reported market cap, or actually the real market cap. You can get percent down from all-time highs, percent up since low, all types of different stuff. So definitely, if you haven't, check that out. I'll probably put a link down in the description. And let's begin. The first cryptocurrency, a Bitcoin. Okay? Now, this graph may seem somewhat involved, maybe, but we'll talk it through. So anyways, Bitcoin was going up in this trend line for a few months, okay, this channel, between the white lines, going up in this channel, and then about 2 weeks ago, it broke out to the upside. And as a matter of fact, it broke out, and these yellow lines here, back when Bitcoin was right around here, this was back in June, I was saying, hey, it's either going to go up and hit these yellow lines, or it's going to go down and hit these red lines. Now, where did I get those lines from? Well, it turns out those are just previous areas of support or resistance, because basically what happens with support or resistance is a lot of money changes hands. And when that happens, you can expect it to happen again. Previous support is going to be future resistance and vice versa. Okay? So, I said, hey, it's going to go up and hit these areas. And boom, look at that. It hit right there, and then it broke through there, and boom, hit the next one. And then on the way down, didn't do so much. But right now, boom, again. And furthermore, you see these lines with the numbers, 38.2, 50, or 0.382, 0.5, 0.618, 0.786. That's a Fibonacci retracement. You see, if you zoom out a little bit, way back here, I took a Fibonacci retracement over the whole downside of the Bitcoin crash. Okay, basically to see where it's likely to go up to. And as you can see right now, we're right around the 50% Fibonacci level. We did make it to 38.2, or actually that would be, I mean, it doesn't matter whether it's a 38.2 or 61.8, because guess what? It's a palindrome. It's the same forward and backwards, but it's important that it hits those lines. And what I found even more is where previous support and resistance matches up with a Fibonacci level, it's very likely to hit there. So what happened? Well, we broke out of this channel we were going in, and then we hit Fibonacci level and previous support and resistance and came back down, okay, back into the channel, and again we broke out of the channel. Now we're resting on the channel, okay, and potentially could go back up if we're able to stay outside of this channel. But as you can see right now, we are exactly at some previous support and resistance. Now MACD right now says hold a stable coin. RSI still moderately high, okay, right now it's at 60. But as you can see, over the past, I don't know, what's that? How many months? 5 months, 6 months? It hasn't really broken below about a 50, okay? So hasn't gone down much more than that. So it's been pretty good over the past while. So that's my analysis for Bitcoin. Where do I think it's going? Well, I think it could either go up to this area right here, back to the 1300, or potentially drop down to somewhere around 9,400. As you can see, not only do we have the bottom of the price channel there, but also we have a Fibonacci level and previous support and resistance. And that, my friends, is how you do simple technical analysis for beginners. Because guess what? We're all beginners at one point. You know, every master was once a disaster. That's what they tell you to motivate you. You can do it, guys. Come on, I believe in you. So anyways, on to the next one, Ethereum. Now, as you can see, the pair previously was Bitcoin and US dollars. But from now on, I use Bitcoin pairings, because why on earth would you want to hold an altcoin or buy an altcoin or trade an altcoin if you wouldn't just do better holding Bitcoin itself? So that's why with the rest of the coins we'll be taking a look at, we're just going to be using the Bitcoin pairing. Now Ethereum has hit some pretty solid support. As you can see, bounced off it here, bounced off it here, bounced off it here, bounced off it here, bounced off it here again, twice. Boom, boom. It bounced twice. Now, Ethereum, furthermore, has been in this little, it's had this this trend line that's kind of been descending. So there's going to be a breakout sometime between now and October 31st. Now, either to the upside, which would, you know, maybe, or to the downside, which could be some recently uncharted territory for Ethereum. Probably not that good for it. However, in terms of resistance, there's not much resistance for Ethereum until it gets up to about the 31,000 Satoshi level. Right now, it's at about 25,000 Satoshi level. So, you know, if you were a trading person, you could potentially put a buy order right here, okay? Because look, it's bounced, it's bounced, it's bounced. We're pretty solidly understanding that this is the bottom for it, okay? It's bouncing a lot off of this area. So you can set a buy order, okay? Then set a stop loss a little bit below that, and then set a few sell orders before it gets up to this area of 31,000 Satoshis. Simple as can be. It is right now on the oversold area with an RSI right behind that thing of 34. And the MACD looked like it was about to cross, but dipped a little bit again just because Bitcoin took off yesterday. So on to XRP, a lot of people's favorites. XRP army, gah! Those people, you know, I love you. Even though I don't really care for XRP, I still love the XRP army because you guys are passionate, and that's what I like. So anyways, Ripple's been in this widening descending channel for quite a while. This has been since December. Okay, so it hasn't been doing much. I mean, in December it was supposed to hit $587 or something. It didn't go there, so people lost faith in Ripple. But anyways, right now, again, finding a little bit of a bottom that was a previous resistance now seems to be support. So potentially, there is potential for Ripple to bounce off of that and maybe go back up to the top of this trend line. Potentially. There's also a lot, if you take a look at the volume profile, there's also a lot of resistance right at this 5,115 Satoshis. Okay, right now we're at 34.64. So as you can see, what you can do with trading is if you think this support is strong enough support, now definitely compared with what the support we just saw previously with Ethereum, where it bounced off probably like 5 times or more, it's not as strong support with Ripple because Ripple only reached this level once before where it was, I guess you could call it a little bit of support right here once it broke through, but it was previously resistance, maybe support right there, and then we're just seeing it support twice within the past few days. So not as strong as the support we saw for Ethereum, but if you believe it, you could certainly set your buy orders, sell orders, stop losses, and trade it. You know, right now it looks like the MACD is about to cross over, and it is quite oversold. So there might be some money made in Ripple. On to Litecoin. Okay, Litecoin, all the rage because they got the halvening going on. And guys, for those of you who like the halvening, this Sunday I will be posting an interview with the man himself, Charlie Lee, the creator of Litecoin, where he talks specifically about how the halvening is going to affect Litecoin's price. So if you want to find out from the bull's mouth, that would be the episode to watch on Sunday. So here we go. Where is Litecoin right now? It seems to be finding some support right here at around 10,372 Satoshis. And this area here was a little bit of resistance there, and here, a little bit of support right here, and more resistance here. But as you can see, Litecoin has dipped below that a few times. Now, if we take a look, this is a Fibonacci retracement just of the most recent run-up. You can see Litecoin's kind of bouncing back and forth between these fib levels, the 23.6 and 38.2. So it'll have to break out one way, either upwards or downwards. Personally, this is just my opinion. I think Litecoin is likely to break downwards because I think a lot of people FOMO'd in because of the halvening. Okay? But the thing is, Litecoin doesn't react to a halvening the same way Bitcoin does. If you don't believe me, you could watch the video I made on that Litecoin halvening, be disappointed, blah, 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 blah. So I think it could potentially break out to the downside. MACD still says hold stablecoin against it, or hold Bitcoin against it. And then furthermore, it is oversold right now. So many people don't believe in Litecoin, but I don't think much is going to happen. And if we take a look, it's not until we get down to this level, right around 8,800 Satoshis, where we find pretty good support for Litecoin. Right now we're at 10,583. So still have a little bit further to go before we find some very nice rigid support for Litecoin. Now these volume profiles aren't available on the free versions of TradingView, but it is something where, you know, it can oftentimes be worthwhile to upgrade your subscription just to get that, because it is helpful at finding support and resistance. However, you don't need it. Okay? If you don't have the money to upgrade, you definitely don't need it. What you can do is just do what I do, use these support and resistance lines. And you can read that book, The Altcoin Trader's Handbook, where he talks more about it. So this next one, Bcash. Blah, blah, blah. Who likes Bcash? Yuck. Anyways, we'll do technical analysis on it because it's in the top 10, okay? So anyways, Bcash, again, bouncing off this line right here, right at 35.15 Satoshis. As you can see, it's a line that has been some previous support and resistance, okay? A little bit back here in January, February, March. Since then, there was a run-up, and then taking a fib level down from this run-up, we're bouncing between the 786 line and where we are right now. Now, as you can see, right where we are, right where we're bouncing, there's a lot of support. And there's also a lot of resistance up at around 5,000 Satoshis. So if you wanted to trade this one, potentially you could set a buy order, set a stop loss, and then multiple sell orders, maybe just before the fib levels, like just before 41.97, so at 4,000 Satoshis, at 4,600 Satoshis, and then right before that strong resistance, maybe at 4,900 Satoshis. Okay, set your sell levels there, because I have a hunkering suspicion that there will be a pump in Bcash's price in the near future. As you can see here, spike, 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 and every spike I put a little arrow. Now, that stuff doesn't really happen naturally in markets. That's what we call manipulation, pump and dump, that type of thing. Now, whether it's done with like 4chan groups or whether it's just Roger Ver or whoever else doing it, or some other groups. It doesn't particularly matter because it's manipulation, but I mean, it looks like we're almost getting overdue for another pump. You see, you know why I know this happens? Because it happens with other cryptocurrencies as well. Like, for instance, look at Dogecoin, okay? Pump, 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 pump it up, pump, 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 pump it up. And it happens over and over again. And Dogecoin also overdue for another pump and dump. So that one may be worthwhile. Maybe. Another reason that I did not mention it's important to use 3 commas to set your sell orders as opposed to just having an alert on your phone is because oftentimes when the price shoots up, it doesn't stay there for long. It may only be there for a few minutes. So you want to make sure you have your sell orders there so that they get activated, so you can sell and capture your profits. Okay, if you have an alert on your phone, it could go up there. Had you had a sell order set, it would have sold already. But by the time you log on to the exchange and go to sell, price is already back down and you miss out. You don't want to miss out. Definitely not, because you could have fear of missing out, called FOMO. And so we're on to the next one, EOS. We are almost halfway there, guys. Bear with me. I know it's a lot of technical analysis, but I'm just showing you it's pretty easy stuff. All these people who make you think the technical analysis is hard, they're full of shit. And all these people who get worshipped because, oh my God, they're such great technical analysis, they're not. Guys, it's something you can teach yourself. You can learn in a while. It doesn't require that much. Or don't believe me, I don't care. Anyways, so EOS has hitting a line of pretty good support right now. Look, it was resistance here, support here, support here, support here, and again, support, support. Pretty strong line of support. And if you take a look at it, not until right now we're at 5,000-ish Satoshis, not until 8,273 Satoshis do we have very strong resistance, which is right around the 50 fib level. Crazy, right? It's amazing how these fib levels work, but they do. So if you were a trading person, you set your buy order right around where we are, because this is pretty close to the bottom, okay? We've seen it bounce off of this many times. Set your stop loss at like 10% below. So if it goes down, you're not losing a whole bunch. And then set your sell orders, okay? Now you can set your sell orders on like percentage of 25%, 50%, 75%, whatever. But I believe in fib levels so much. If you don't believe in fib levels, go watch a YouTube video about Fibonacci numbers. It's freaking nuts. And also learn about the Canfield Fibonacci extensions. Those are pretty crazy too. But yeah, you could set them right here. So this is 6560, set it at 6,200, okay? This is 74.99, set it at 7,200. This is 82.57, set it at 8,000. Why do I do this? Because an important tenet of being a good trader is not to be greedy. You want to take your profits when you can, not try and squeeze every last Satoshi out of it. And that comes from some very good traders. That's advice from very good traders. Don't be greedy. So this one looks like it could potentially be a good buy. Now on to Binance Coin, BNB. Now as we can see here, Binance Coin right now has bounced off this line twice. This was previous resistance here, almost resistance there. So previous resistance now seeming to be support. But a couple other things I want to touch on. This blue line here, this support line that Binance Coin was riding on for quite a while. I mean, look at this. It was riding on this for almost 2 months. Okay, and then it came back, bounced off of that. Now it broke through to the bottom side, and it seems like that line is being resistance now. Okay, and is bouncing between the 50 and 38.2 fib levels. Okay, and some other things that I wanted to mention would be just based on not technical analysis, but fundamental analysis. My thoughts on Binance Coin are that the prices are going to drop. Here's the reason why. Binance announced like 3 weeks ago that all US users are going to need to leave the Binance exchange. So that means they're all getting kicked off. They're going to have to use Binance.us, which may mean they may not be able to use the Binance Coin or BNB for trading, which means that 30%, right now US users are 30% of Binance's user base, may not be able to use Binance token. Well, guess what? When people don't have to buy it, the price is going to drop quite a bit. Could potentially come down to levels like right around here, the 236, or even here where there's a lot of support, right at 15,218 Satoshis. So that's my thoughts on Binance Coin. BSV. Bitcoin Satoshi's vision. This is another one that gets pumped outrageously. I don't believe that there's any type of natural market cycles in it. But if we take a look, in the last run-up, Fibonacci levels, boom, we're bouncing between the 50 and 38.2. Seems like we have a lot of support here based on the volume profile. So if you're a betting man, and if you really like BSV, like my friend Zugzug, you might think the price could go up. And until we find some resistance right between, right in this area, right around 2,173,000 Satoshis, okay, the 61.8 fib. However, if you're not, it might bounce down to where we find more support at about the 23.6 line. And, I mean, taking a look at things, I would think that it would come back down. But another cool thing is the 38.2 and the 61.8 fib levels are very important fib levels, because that's what you get when you get like 1.6 divided by, I don't know, watch the math on it. But anyways, oftentimes when you have a run-up, you'll look for it to come back down to that level. And it came right down there, and that's just how amazing fib levels are. So personally, I wouldn't ever buy BSV, but I don't know. I wouldn't trade it either. But, I don't know. Do you. I have nothing more to say about that one. TRON. Okay, taking a look at TRON over the long time period, you can see this area where we are right now has been long time resistance, support. Very strong line of support we just hit with TRON. Also, there's this trend line decreasing here. So where is TRON going? Well, as you can see, there's a lot of resistance right up here at about 364 Satoshis. Right now we're 276 Satoshis. But it gives you a chance to make some money on the between, because I would think with it bouncing off this level so many times that should be a bottom. Okay? So with that, there's not much risk in that because it bounced off here so many times. You set a buy order, you set a stop loss, you set multiple sell orders all the way up to 358 Satoshis, because that's where there's a lot of resistance. And if you pan out, you can see why there's a lot of resistance, because it spent a lot of time right in this area. Okay, it spent so much time right in that area that it caused a lot of resistance. But you know, with the MACD, it looks like it might be about to cross over. TRON's a bit oversold, and from a fundamental point of view, TRON has an amazing community, has the most dApps out there, has the most popular dApps out there, very good use cases, and it's very cheap. So when cheap people get into cryptocurrency, they buy TRON. But anyways, I think that one could be a good buy, good trade. Excuse me. I don't hold any altcoins long term, and I definitely don't recommend doing that, because you just do better holding Bitcoin. Now, on to Cardano. I think Cardano has a little bit further to go down right now. You see this line right here that I made, the white line, was previous support way back here. Okay, I think Cardano still has a little bit further to go down before it hits that level. And as you can see with the fib levels, it's just amazing how these things bounce right between the Fibonacci lines. So I think Cardano is still coming down a little bit, but when it gets down there, you may want to you could preemptively place a buy order somewhere around here, and then work your sell orders up towards around the 78.6 fib levels, so you can still make money. There is a lot of resistance up here at the 61.8 level, which is 11,035 or 1,135 Satoshis. So you could set your sell orders all the way up to there. But anyways, guys, that is how easy technical analysis is. So that's the top 10 cryptocurrency technical analysis for beginners. Lots and lots of TA, because on this channel, we love TNA. Okay? We just do. We do. I don't care. We do. Boys and girls alike, everybody loves it. So if you guys want to know which cryptocurrencies I think are some really good cryptos to buy in July, I'm not shilling this stuff. I don't get paid by these things. These are just ones where I did technical analysis. I think they could be set up to make some money in July. You should check out this video here, Top 5 Crypto July 2019. And if you want to get into trading more often, but you don't want to do all the work, you don't want to do all the technical analysis, check out Signal Profits. This is put together by Jacob Canfield, one of the top traders on TradingView, okay, inventor of the Canfield Fibonacci extensions. He has a group here, over 7,000 strong, happy traders, where they give regular daily trading signals, and you can oftentimes get between 11 and 20% on the regular returns. So check it out. There's a link down in the description. Also, check out the Monarch wallet. Honest to God, it's pretty badass. And they have their IEO going on Litecoin right now. So thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys later. Love you. Peace.